Alright, here we go. Two burly boys played Pokemon in their youth. One had to grow up, the other stayed true. Now the large grown-up child can name all of them, but the other guy probably 510. Now what can they do? Why don't they review? Now we'll talk about them till we die.
Die? Welcome, everybody. I'm Frank.
And I'm Joachim.
And this is your Certified Poke Moment, where we feature and talk about a new Pokemon evolution line every single week.
Today's featured Pokemon is...
I'm excited! Exeggutor!
We rolled specifically Alolan Exeggutor, but we'll talk about the whole line.
Oh, we got a Gen 1. Finally.
Kind of, barely.
No, it counts.
Okay, it does count.
Exeggutor came before Alolan
cool.
Exeggutor.
Our first Gen 1.
And it's one I don't like very much.
I'm fine with Exeggutor. I think it's pretty interesting as far as Gen 1 goes. I think Jigglypuff is a boring design.
You see, I prefer like Clefable to
I like
Exeggutor.
Clefable. I do prefer Clefable as a Pokemon just because it's so cute, and also Janina likes Clefairy.
Aww, so Clefairy and Clefable are like some of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, honestly.
They're cute, but they're kind of boring.
Okay.
Clefairy, Chansey, and Jigglypuff.
They're all the same thing. Yeah, I agree with that. I think Gen 1 is terrible. All right, I think since we finally rolled the Gen 1 Pokemon, let's stop beating around the bush. Let's stop hinting at it. We don't like Gen 1.
Yeah.
It is the most overrated generation, and it gave us some of the most bland and boring designs. And everybody always says, well, it was the first. You can't compare it to all the others.
I will.
Yes, I can.
It's got so much to compare against.
Yes, I can. I could say the same thing about Scarlet and Violet. Well, that's the most recent. You can't compare the newest to all the others. You haven't gotten used to them yet. If you can complain about new Pokemon designs the second they come out, I can complain about old Pokemon designs that have been around a lot longer. Anyway, sorry, had to get that off my chest. Gen 1ers annoy the crap out of me. Both Execute and Exeggutor are grass psychic types, but Alolan Exeggutor is a grass dragon type. It was the first grass dragon type, actually.
What a waste.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Alolan Exeggutor more than normal Exeggutor.
I think he's more interesting because he's like an actual palm tree.
He is an actual palm tree, and the dragon type. I love when Pokemon have an unexpected typing. I'm going to be honest. I think it makes them more unique, and it broadens the world. Yeah. Like Applin being grass and dragon is so random, but it's so good. That little apple with eye stalks is a dragon. It's great. I love it. This is not the Applin episode, though. Execute evolves into Exeggutor with a Leaf Stone. It's not a level up evolution or anything.
I like stone evolutions because it makes it feel a little bit special, and I always have to think with a Pokemon. I'm like, oh, was this a stone evolution? I don't know. I like having to think about that, even though that sounds really stupid.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think in Alola, to get the Alolan Exeggutor, it is still just a Leaf Stone.
Huh.
That's all it is.
But you just have to evolve them in Alola.
Yes, it just has to be evolved in Alola. This is a weird thing with regional forms, right? I was trying to do this recently because I want to play through Pokemon Violet with an Alolan Geodude because I love that typing, right? But the only Alolan Geodudes I have are like already level 20, 30, or 40 or whatever, so I was going to breed one to get a level 1. When I bred an Alolan Geodude with a Ditto, the Pokemon that hatched out of the egg was a normal Geodude because it's not in Alola.
Oh.
So that's the really weird thing about these regional evolutions and everything. I hope that makes sense. It's just, you can only get these regional forms from the region that the form was introduced in, except not because you can get a Alolan Muck and a Alolan Exeggutor in the Indigo Disc DLC. I don't get it.
Ew.
It doesn't make any sense. No, but I'm okay with it because I want the access to these forms, you know?
No, I hate that you can't get the other Alolan forms. I hate
Yeah.
regional forms. I wish they were just different Pokemon.
Whoa,
that
wait a minute.
Look.
Have you said that before?
I don't know. I just don't like regional forms.
I love regional forms. I think it breathes new life into so many Pokemon. Meowth and Persian are some of the most boring Pokemon Gen 1's given us.
Gen 1. Gen 1 trash.
The only reason anybody likes Meowth is because of the anime,
Yeah, the
right?
anime Meowth carries Meowth.
Uh-huh. But then you have, like, Alolan and Galarian Meowth.
Galarian Meowth is better than Alolan.
Much better.
Yeah,
much better.
I hate the stupid face of the Persian.
I think Alolan Persian is cute. I think it has personality. But then you have... Galarian Meowth evolving into Berserker, a totally new Pokemon. Regional variants, you can do a lot of cool things with them.
I think I would like it if there was regional base forms that evolved into, like, Berserker. Like, Berserker is not Persian.
No.
He's a completely cool new Pokemon, whereas Alolan Persian, Persian, is just a purplish Persian with a stupid head.
Yeah. It's a dark type now, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's got Garfield eyes.
Anyway, let's talk about weaknesses really quick. This isn't something we've done throughout all of the other episodes, but recently we've been talking more about weaknesses, and I kind of want to keep going through those. Here are normal Exeggutor's weaknesses. Fire, ice, poison, flying, ×4 to bug, ghost, and dark.
×4 to bug.
Because bug is super effective against psychic.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weaknesses. That is more than just a normal grass type.
Exeggutor gets psychic, but Psyduck doesn't.
Yep.
I hate Generation 1.
They gave so many random types out that make no sense. Why is Lapras water and ice? What about Lapras is icy?
Auroras.
Okay. Exeggutor.
I don't think the auroras necessarily have anything to do with the ice. It's more the polar whatever, the ends of the earth.
Exactly. And then Exeggutor with psychic is so random. Nothing about it makes it a psychic type. But hey, maybe when we talk about Pokedex entries, we'll learn why it's a psychic type. For now, though, let's just go ahead and talk abilities. Execute and Exeggutor have slightly different abilities. Like, it gains an ability option upon evolution. So let's start with Execute. Its only non-hidden ability is Chlorophyll. When sunny, the Pokemon speed doubles.
Okay.
Great, okay? We're not talking about stats yet, but I'm pretty sure Exeggutor is a rather slow Pokemon.
Oh, so it becomes mid.
So, well, doubling its speed would be a good thing. Even if its speed is in the 40s, 80s something speed, I guess, is kind of mid.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We don't know the stats yet.
Hidden ability is Harvest. Now, I love this ability.
Wait, now you're talking about Exeggutor.
No, I'm talking about...
Oh, Execute?
Execute. Okay. I'm sticking to Execute first because Exeggutor gains an ability. Hidden ability for Execute. Harvest. The Pokemon has a 50% chance of restoring a consumed berry. During sunshine, the chance is increased to 100%. So, if your Execute eats a citrus berry to gain health back, there's a 50% chance it'll get that same berry back so it can gain more health again. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't know. I think berries are really boring.
I mean, it depends. If you are a dragon type, let's say, and you use Outrage, you're going to be confused at the end. But if you have a berry that cures confusion instantly,
that's a good point.
You can just
think
Outrage.
I think in the games I never used berries because it was annoying that I had to put a new berry on my Pokemon every time.
Every time, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now I have to go either find the berry or do what if this was Sinnoh?
Yeah, you can plant them
or
and wait for them to regrow. Both.
Yeah, both of them, yeah. I actually did like that. I kind of wish you had a home garden.
Yes.
I wish there was a home garden. That would be really cool. And then where you can grow ingredients for like whatever the new region's food is. Yeah. Whether it's
sandwiches,
those little cubes
or poffins.
Oh, I always wanted to eat a poffin. They look so good.
Okay.
What, you didn't think the little cute little pastries?
I guess they do just look like little mochi.
Like a little Madeline or something.
Or a Madeline, yeah. Okay, maybe I'd eat one. So, moving on to Exeggutor. Not Alolan. I don't know. Is Alolan's different? They are different. So let's talk about Cantonian Exeggutor's abilities.
They're the same.
Yes. Sorry, I had gotten confused. I was looking at Alolan Exeggutors. That's the change. Execute to Exeggutor, there is no change in its abilities. It is Alolan Exeggutor that has different abilities. Just one, though. Instead of Chlorophyll, it gets Frisk. Reveals the foe's held item. So its speed is not getting doubled in Sunshine.
Okay. Do I like Frisk? I'm just trying to think of that. That's kind of
I mean,
cool.
it can be useful, but I'd rather give it Harvest, because it still gets Harvest as its hidden ability.
Yeah. Are you going to be putting... Harvest is only with berries, right? Mm-hmm. Are you going to be putting a berry on your Exeggutor in competitive?
There are berries that reduce the damage of super effective attacks. So if I put the berry on them that reduces an ice type attack, because ice is times 4 super effective against Grass Dragon, that could be helpful.
Does it reduce it to just 2 times effective, or does it reduce it to does it negate it to just normal damage?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to
that
look
would
that
be pretty
up.
Cool. If it negates a super effective damage all the way to base, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like that. And then if it's got a 50% chance of you being able to do that twice. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I wonder why Frisk, though. Why does it gain Frisk? Like, what's the lore reason?
Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense to me.
You think they'd give it, like, a cool ability like Swift Swim or Protean?
Yeah, I mean, I like those abilities. What are you saying?
Because I was just trying to think of something else that doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I don't know. Getting Swift Swim on an Alolan Exeggutor would be wild.
What does Swift Swim do again? It's
double speed and range.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's talk stats. Right. We gotta move on. We gotta move to stats real quick. Here's for normal Exeggutor. HP. You know what? Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to go back and forth. Just bounce back and forth on these two. You want to do that? Like, normal Exeggutor.
Oh, yeah.
HP 95.
Yeah.
Alolan HP 95. So that's the same. Attack on normal Exeggutor is 95. Attack on Alolan is 105.
Okay.
Defenses are also the same. Special attack is also the same.
Wait, what is his defense and special attack?
I'm so sorry. Defense is 85.
All right.
Special attack is 125.
On
both.
Oh.
So Alolan Exeggutor just has like 10 more physical attack.
Oh.
Special defense is the same at 75. And here's a little bit more difference. Exeggutor Cantonian, 55 speed. Yeah. Very slow, but doubled in Sunshine. That's really good. That's 110.
That's pretty good. I just imagine this stupid palm tree.
Alolan Exeggutor's speed is 45.
So it just becomes mid.
So it becomes 90, which is, I'd say, a little above mid. I don't know. 90 is not the worst.
Okay.
But so the stats really aren't that different.
No. It's interesting that they made... That's interesting. Because I was going to say Exeggutor, he just sounds worse. But he still has the worst typing, so... Yes,
he does still have the worst typing, in my opinion. Actually, you know what? Gosh, my brain is too boggled for this stuff. I need to list Alolan Exeggutor's weaknesses. Fairy, Dragon, Bug, Flying, Poison, times 4 from Ice. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it's just one less weakness.
Does it have any time? Wait, it has times 4?
Times 4 from Bug.
Wait, still
no.
no.
That's Alolan Exeggutor.
You mean Ice?
Cantonian Exeggutor. Gosh. Yes, Ice is times 4 against Alolan Exeggutor. Yeah, I guess its typing really isn't that much better. Gender ratio. Ready for this?
Oh, no.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
50.2% male.
God, dang it.
49.8% female.
Why do they do that?
Yeah.
This is... I'm going to say
Weird.
it. I'm going to say what it is.
Again. Get your bingo cards out.
It's sexist.
Okay. Great.
Well, so far, how many Pokemon have there been that is a majority male?
Yeah, there's...
What is that? Why do they do that?
That's a great question. It's going to be my first question when I meet Miyamoto.
Is it Miyamoto? I just keep saying
No.
Miyamoto. That might just be like a Nintendo guy, not necessarily a Pokemon Company guy.
Yeah, who the heck knows? Cantonian Exeggutor's level up moveset. It's not terrible. It gets like Psyshock pretty early on. It gets Leaf Storm, Giga Drain, Extra Sensory. Oh, I forgot. It's a stone evolution. So after evolving, it doesn't learn any new moves.
Seriously? So you need to keep it as Execute for as long as possible.
Yeah, let me go back to Execute. Execute's moveset. You get like Leech Seed, Giga Drain, get Solar Beam at like 55. You're going to want to evolve this thing around like level 30. I guess it gets Giga Drain at 35. Extra Sensory not until 40.
What does Extra Sensory do?
Special psychic type attack does 80 damage. The user attacks with an odd, unseeable power. This may also make the target flinch. It's just like a slightly weaker psychic. Psychic does 90 damage.
But doesn't make them flinch.
No, but it has a chance to lower special attack, special defense.
Seriously? Oh my gosh, Psychic's amazing.
Psychic's really good. A chance. It doesn't always do it.
Yeah,
there's a
but
chance.
still, there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
I was literally thinking of that quote.
And then... So the thing is, upon evolution, Exeggutor gets the move Stomp. Everything else it gets after that, you have to use like the move reminder to get. I guess that's post Gen 9. Now you can just go right in and make it remember a move.
That's one of the best things about Gen 9.
It is.
How easy it is.
Oh yeah. I hated getting heart scales and going to this one specific guy.
Right, you don't want to catch
house.
love discs?
No, I do not. I don't want to go to like behind rocks and click on them on the beach and just hope they respawn, even though they never do. And for Alolan Exeggutor, upon evolution, instead of Stomp, it gets Dragon Hammer, which I believe in Gen 7 was a brand new move and exclusive to Alolan Exeggutor. Now Raging Bolt also gets it.
Okay. Oh, so the Dragon Hammer is just slamming down a long neck head.
Basically, yes.
That's
what it sounds like. Dragon Hammer, for those who are curious, has 90 base power, 100 accuracy, and that's it. It's just powerful, big hit dragon move. It does 10 more damage than like Dragon Claw, so... I think Dragon Claw is 80. Besides that... I mean, their movesets really aren't very different, level up wise. TMs, like, naturally... Oh, this is weird. Only Alolan Exeggutor can learn Trailblaze. Exeggutor can't. Regular
Isn't
Exeggutor.
Trailblaze just a grass-type move?
It's just a grass-type move that'll boost your speed. That's it. And then it always goes first on grassy terrain. Yeah. Weird how normal Exeggutor can't get... The faster Exeggutor can't get it.
Just give it to a faster Exeggutor.
Obviously, only Alolan Exeggutor can learn Dragon Tail, but they can both learn things like Bulldoze or, gosh, I don't know, Psybeam, Zen Headbutt, Body Slam. Only Alolan Exeggutor gets Iron Head. Is there anything that normal Exeggutor gets that Alolan doesn't? That's not fair. Okay, here you go. Normal Exeggutor gets things like Future Sight, Expanding Force. You know, the best moves.
Is Expanding Force?
Expanding Force does 80 damage, special psychic type move. And its flavor text is as such. The user attacks the target with its psychic power. When the ground is in psychic terrain, this move's power is boosted and it damages all opposing Pokemon.
Okay, so it's kind of like the Trailblaze alternative.
Yes, but it just gets more powerful in a double battle. It can hit both opponents.
I'm just thinking it's like a terrain type move.
Yes,
or
it's a terrain move.
Enhanced move. What's the classification of this beastie?
We've been forgetting about classification, huh? On like all these past episodes. Execute is the egg Pokemon, even though it's confirmed that they're seeds.
I'm gonna be sick.
Not actually eggs.
No, I get that. It's because I like the theory that Pokédex entries are made by children.
Yep,
so they're like,
yep.
it's an egg. Look about me, it's an egg.
Is that how children sound to you?
Baby. Baby.
This child does not need to be outside.
Remember, I was outside. I found an egg, remember?
No, get back in your bubble, son.
No, I want to live!
Exeggutor Cantonian is the coconut Pokemon.
Aw.
And Alolan Exeggutor is also the coconut Pokemon.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're just both coconut Pokemon.
Okay.
All right, Pokedex entries. We're going to go all the way back to Gen 1, Red and Blue. Jokum, would you like to read Execute's red, blue, or yellow entry?
Yeah. All right. Often mistaken for eggs, when disturbed, they quickly gather and attack in swarms. That's cute. I'm also going to read the yellow.
Okay.
The heads attract each other and spin around. Why do they spin? There must be 6 heads for it to maintain balance.
Balance? They're all free-moving little eggs.
Is it like psychic balance? Do they all psychically pull on each other?
I have no
Maybe
idea.
that's why they're psychic type. Because they have to like psychically move around as little egg heads.
Okay, I'm looking down at other entries. In silver, it says, using telepathy, only they can receive. They always form a cluster of 6 execute.
Okay. I guess that's how they're
So,
psychic.
gosh, this comes back to one of my least favorite Pokemon tropes and something Gen 1 is terrible at. Multiple creature Pokemon. Why are there 6 individual creatures? Why do 6 individual creatures form one Pokemon?
I could see that it's like, oh well, they're always together. You're always gonna find Execute in
That doesn't matter. Why is a Pokeball able to hold 6 creatures now, but if I throw it at a pile of Ponyard, only one's gonna be caught?
That's a good point. Yeah,
It doesn't make any
Ponyards
sense.
hang out with Bisharps. Why can't you catch a cluster of Bisharps and Ponyards?
Who decided that this Pokemon can be multiple creatures?
Well, do they all? Maybe something gets revealed with Exeggutor's Pokedex entry. Because what happens if you need 6 to become an Exeggutor?
No, but I'm specifically talking about multiple Pokemon like Phalanx or Magneton.
Oh yeah,
Magneton is just 3 Magnemite
that have decided to stick together.
Not only is it a terrible design, but it's just multiple creatures. It's confirmed in the Pokedex. It's bad. It's bad. Execute is a bad Pokemon. I am not sorry. All right, Exeggutor's red and blue entry. Legend has it that on rare occasions, one of its heads will drop off and continue on as an Execute. That makes no sense. They look completely different. They're orbs with faces, sure, but they look different. They're different sizes and everything.
Well, maybe it drops off and then it slowly morphs into like an egg.
Why? Why would it do that?
Because it's Pokemon. I don't know.
No. I hate Exeggutor.
As a fellow hater, your hatred is valid. I can't complain about your hatred because I hate so much.
Yes.
There's so much hate inside of me, and I see that hate inside of you, and I want to foster it. Brother, this is just another Miyamoto moment.
So, I'll also read yellow. Its cries are very noisy. This is because each of the 3 heads thinks about whatever it likes. Still don't know why this thing's a psychic type.
Why does that make the cries noisy?
I guess they all just talk at different times.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Again, Pokemon Silver gives us kind of a hint as to why it's psychic. If a head drops off, it emits a telepathic call in search of others to form an execute cluster.
Okay.
But they look different. Why? Why does the head of an Exeggutor suddenly change shape and color to become one part of a 6-egg special?
I think this is a part of like the disconnect between the Pokédex entry people, the Pokemon, the actual designers.
Yeah.
Like I feel like maybe they had the idea for this Pokemon, right? 6 little eggs that turn into like a coconut tree with little eggs on it. But and that was the idea, right? So then the Pokédex entry people go off and they write their Pokédex entries. And then the designers are like, well, I don't really like it looking like an egg. So for this one, we're going to make it just a circle. And then like that's where the split in design is.
Look, I can see that. that doesn't make it a good decision.
No, yeah.
And I know you're not arguing for that.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I anytime I can trash the Pokemon Company, I will. Also, Pokemon Company, please send us to Japan for free.
We love Pokemon so much. Jokum is just the Pokemon pessimist, and
Yeah.
I'm the Pokemon optimist.
I am of the foil. I'm in the foil
Yes.
that you guys need.
I'm good cop, he's bad cop.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm also bad cop.
What do they
though.
call that in wrestling? Incineroar.
Oh,
He's
you're
like,
the foil.
What are they?
The heel. You're the heel.
I'm the heel.
Yeah. I've just been searching for Pokedex entries that give us more of a reason why this thing's a psychic type. And then I came across Fire Red for Exeggutor. And I don't like it. It is called the Walking Tropical Rainforest. Fine, cool, whatever.
How is it a whole rainforest?
The second part. Each of the nuts has a face and will of its own. The nuts?
It's like a coconut.
Yeah, but why is it just saying nuts?
It's the head.
Why
right?
not heads?
Yeah, each of the heads.
Stop calling them nuts. Stop talking about this thing's nuts. Oh
That
my
is weird. All of
god.
a sudden, change the wording.
Again, I've gone through Gen 4. I'm in Gen 5. It just keeps talking about how it's the walking jungle and the head falls off and becomes an Exeggutor.
Jungle. It's one tree.
It's one tree. It's the same thing over and over and over. There is no need for this thing to be a psychic type besides the telepathy they use to communicate. Oh, finally the word psychic has shown up. In Pokemon Ultra Sun, it engages its enemies using psychic powers. Each of its 3 heads fires off psychokinetic energy, tripling its power.
But it doesn't even have that high special attack.
No, it's not telling me
Or
why it's a
this is
psychic
all just
type.
Cantonia Exeggutor, right?
Yes.
Are you going to talk about Alolan?
I am. I'm still just looking for a reason as to why it's psychic. But yes, now that we are in Sun and Moon, Jokum, I've been taking up a lot of this. Do you want to read it, Alolan Exeggutor Sun or Moon entry?
Yeah, boss. From Pokemon Sun, Alola is the best environment for this Pokemon. Local people take pride in its appearance, saying this is how Exeggutor ought to look.
Wow!
And they're damn right.
They are right. Holy
Wow.
crap! This Pokemon suffers in Kanto.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I wonder if there's infighting in Pokemon where like the new generation of Pokédex entry people are like, no, screw Exeggutor. This is what it's
Yeah.
supposed to look like.
I agree 100%.
The Moon entry, as it grew taller and taller, it outgrew its reliance on psychic powers, while within it awakened the power of the sleeping dragon. What does that mean?
Don't know. Why does it being short mean it? Why did it develop a psychic type? I'm losing my mind. So wait a minute. If an Alolan Exeggutor coconut head falls off, does it not use telepathy to pair up with Execute anymore?
I feel as though there's I feel like this is just headcanon, but there's like latent enough psychic powers that are native to the head,
I can
right?
still get, like,
that it would just once it
moves.
falls off, then it reverts back to like using its psychic powers to regain its body or whatever.
I don't like this Pokemon. I think in every single one of our episodes, I don't think I've fully complained about a single Pokemon. I have said Swanna was boring, but I don't hate Swanna. I don't like Exeggutor. It's ugly. It doesn't make sense. Its lore is bad.
Alolan Exeggutor for
Yes.
its Scarlet entry. I like this one. It swings its long neck like a whip and smacks its head into opponents. This makes Exeggutor itself a little dizzy too.
Aw,
That's so cute.
that is cute.
So much more charming than the Cantonian Exeggutor.
Agree 100%. I will say, I do really like Alolan Exeggutor. I just think it looks like a better Pokemon. So before we talk about shinies or merch or anything, while Jokum and I are like in Bulbapedia, I wanted to see if it tells us the reason Alolan Exeggutor is a dragon type. Because I know there's a reason why. It's based off of some kind of plant that has to do with a dragon or has a dragon
Maybe
name.
some kind of Hawaiian mythology.
Here we go. Alolan Exeggutor more closely resembles a coconut tree or a tropical palm tree. Its dragon type may be a reference to the Dracaneus genus of trees. It may also be a pun inspired by the coca, a dragon whose name shares the same origins as the word coconut.
Oh. That's cool. That's cute.
This is that Dracana tree. Dracena, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Dracena tree.
Is it a part of the Dracena? What is that, family, genus?
Genus, yeah.
Are palm trees Dracena?
I don't know.
I
I'm not
don't
digging
know.
into genus and species and all that. Let's see if it gives us a reason Cantonian Exeggutor is psychic. That's more important to me. Yeah, all I'm getting is that its psychic type may come from the idea of telepathy. That's really all it is.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can argue that it's kind of based on like a yokai or something. Could also be based on the Japanese monster Jinmenju, a tree that grows human heads that are always smiling.
Yeah,
So
I can see that. But then why not be ghost?
Why not be ghost? I was just gonna say darker ghost could fit just as easily. It's only that bit of telepathy. Now shiny forms. Execute shiny isn't bad. It's different enough to where I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It's orange.
At least it's not
whatever.
green.
Yeah, it's not green.
That's orange. That's like yellow.
Yeah, it's like a yellowish orange. Exeggutor shiny could be worse.
Yeah, yellow with like rusty leaves.
Yeah, rusty red leaves. I don't know. It could be worse.
It's an early generation shiny.
Yeah.
Right. It's not going to be very good.
Right. And then Alolan Exeggutor is the exact same thing.
What color did Umbreon used to be? Has Umbreon's shiny always been the same, or did Umbreon ever change its shiny?
It came out of nowhere. I think
because I was just thinking about how shinies are, just like they used to be just the reverse color palette, but Umbreon's is like black and blue.
Yeah, from Gen 2, it's always been black and blue.
Wow, is that really the reverse?
I guess.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's sick.
It accidentally got an awesome color palette.
I guess its eyes also turn from red to yellow, and its black is slightly lighter. Slightly lighter.
Oh, Umbreon is such a good shiny.
This is a small tangent.
It's Fire Force shiny.
Yes, it's Fire Force colors. Whoa. But Umbreon's Japanese name is Bracky.
Bracky.
Bracky. Yeah, it might be weird.
Oh, no.
Gosh dang it, dude. Can you use this thing on a competitive team? I don't know. It's Exeggutor. Maybe back in Gen 1, this would have been a good team to battle your friend with or something. Maybe in Gen 3. I don't know. Modern day, I can't see any reason why you'd want to use an Exeggutor when there are stronger Psychic and Grass types that don't, not together, separately, that don't have all these combined weaknesses, Just use like a Rillaboom or something. Rillaboom is competitively viable. It doesn't get any Psychic moves, but you don't need them. Leave Psychic and Grass separate, unless you give me a cool idea. Just don't even bother mixing them. If this is going to be another Exeggutor situation...
Because you need... With all those weaknesses, you need to give it something.
It's got to have something
It's got to have some shtick that, like, turns it around and says, okay, it's got all these weaknesses, but it's a glass cannon, or it has this special ability that negates one of those weaknesses.
Exactly.
Or does something like, if you're hit by a bug-type move, you will also damage the thing or something. Like, I don't know, poison leaves or something. Like, oh, I got bitten, but you're poisoned...
That's a good idea. Yeah, it negates that completely. I don't know. And then Alolan Exeggutor still has a ton of weaknesses. Just use a Hydrapple, Just use a Hydrapple.
Yeah, Hydrapple's cool. I can't wait for that episode.
Yeah, I'm so psyched for that, man. That's another 5 Pokemon line right there. Okay, don't use these guys in battle. On a competitive, if you want to put them on your team, do it. I would love to use an Alolan Exeggutor someday.
And about alternative forms, I don't know if Exeggutor needs any alternative forms.
It doesn't need anything else.
I want it to be forgotten.
Yeah, it already got its Alolan form where it got taller. What else are you gonna do with it?
I think regular Exeggutor can have some. I think they should go back and kind of zhuzh up some of these old Pokemon. Give it a better move pool. Give it I don't know, better stats.
Move pools do typically evolve over time. Like, Gens 1 to, like, even some move pools in 4 are just infamous for being, like, bad.
Yeah.
Like, so bad. 5 to 6, and then especially 7 and onwards, move pools started to, like, really be brought up.
With a big, I feel like with a big move pool, there's so many more options to take advantage of cool gimmicks in a Pokemon that maybe even the Pokemon Company people never even thought of.
Exactly. I don't think it deserves a Mega. I don't want to see any more Gen 1 Pokemon getting a Mega. Do not do that.
We're going to.
We're going to get Mega Charizard Z, baby. Mega Mewtwo Z.
Oh my gosh. The fact that they have X and Y Megas makes it... I wouldn't be that mad if they got a Z, because then it's like, okay, they got X, Y, and Z. And if anything, I expect it.
Yeah, I expect
I'm not... I hate over-representation of Charizard and even Mewtwo. I love Mewtwo. Mm-hmm. He's just overrepresented.
He is.
Solely because he was an awesome Pokemon from Gen 1, and Gen 1ers
can't let go of the past.
Pokemon fans, notorious collectors and consumers. Gen 1ers are the worst of them. I'm sorry, Gen 1ers. You guys consume.
Yeah. Game Freak panders to you guys, and you love it.
You guys, I love you. Okay?
We're rated as 5 stars.
You're my boys and girls, okay? I love you. But you have bad taste. Anyways.
Yeah, letting nostalgia blindness get to you. Jokum, I pray to God up above, nobody has tried to do anything weird with Exeggutor. Like, let's just hope. Let's hope and pray.
All right, normal.
That's just like a Mega. That's not anything weird.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Hey, we're doing pretty good, guys.
So
There's nothing showing up.
Internet. That's kind of cool.
Wow. This is good. This is good. The Earth is healing.
Wow, this is kind of beautiful.
Yeah.
The fact that there's
not a single one.
There's not a single. What the heck?
God bless America.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna scroll a little bit more.
We have scrolled down much farther than we have for any other Pokemon, mind you. Farther than like Metagross or the Mole.
I am blown away.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Wait.
Look at that.
Wow.
There's 2 different images, completely like, the one does not have to do with the other, well, I guess in a way. And one is just the bottom of Alolan Exeggutor, and one is the top.
And they're aligned.
They match almost perfectly.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Wow. Thank you, God. That's a sign from God.
Man, okay, hey,
wow.
I think we're in the clear.
Oh yeah,
We are in the clear.
That's insane. Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm gonna stop scrolling because. Wait, hold on. Let me scroll just a little. Yeah, no.
Nothing. Man, this is like a weight off my shoulders. I feel like I could do anything.
I scrolled down to the point where Google just stopped loading images.
We've seen lots of cards and shirts.
Why did Google stop loading images? That's crazy. Honestly, I'm almost disappointed.
I'm not. I don't want to see that.
But like, what happens if someone had like a really cool take on it?
They wouldn't. They're just gonna give it bazongers.
Our friends over at For Affinity. Well, or they could inflate it, or they could have it eating you, or they could have it. I don't know if there's a lot you can do with Exeggutor.
Exeggutor and Alolan Exeggutor have a ton of merch. A ton of merch. I'm on PokemonCenter.com and I'm seeing a hat that's got an Alolan. It's got a bunch of Pokemon on it, but Alolan Exeggutor is there. There's a TCG playmat with Alolan Exeggutor. There's a beach bag.
Oh, wow.
A pixel pin. There's this really cool like framed wall art that's got Alolan Exeggutors on it. Its Sitting Cutie is sold out.
I mean, how often are they making Exeggutor Sitting Cuties?
I mean, I'm sure it's not on their top priority list, but there are a ton that aren't sold out of Sitting Cuties.
Gen 1s? Because my thinking is that Gen 1 is one of the first wave of Sitting Cuties that came out, right?
Right.
So I assume they would all be sold out, unless they're going back and remaking those Sitting Cuties.
Oh, they are. I mean, they don't just release them once and then never again. I just got an email from Pokemon Center like 2 days ago that was like, hey, we restocked a lot of our sitting cuties. Go, go. They didn't restock Giratina or Breloom, the two I want really bad.
Man, Giratina's awesome. You'd think they'd want to restock that.
Right. I feel like they'd keep the most popular Pokemon stocked the most.
Well, they execute. Being in Gen 1 has plenty of representation.
Of course it does. Honestly, though, a lot of the representation is Alolan Exeggutor.
Yeah, what's up with that? I mean,
It's better.
I think it is just a better design, so maybe that's a part of it.
Look at this. I'm seeing like Hawaiian shirts and stuff that have like Alolan Exeggutor, and then there's Tropius, Alolan Raichu, Magikarp, you know? It's more so in a lot of merch that with other Pokemon, you know?
Yeah. Oh no.
I think it's
Did you
time.
hear that?
This is the part of the show where the boys discuss how edible the pocket monsters that we focused on won't belong. Turn up and come along to the segment of the show.
Yes, it's that time where we talk about whether we want to, marry this Pokemon, whether we would eat it, and whether we think we could kill it. We're going to have to do this for 2, so let's go fast.
This is worse than the mole.
This is, it's a tree with a stupid-looking face.
3 dumb faces.
Yeah, oh, I thought you were saying you'd give it a 3 out of 10. No, this is a 1.5 out of 10. It's a tree.
Yeah, 1.5. I think the max I could possibly give it is 2, but that's just because it's not a dog or a cat.
I'm gonna lump both of them together. They both have the same score because one is just taller than the other. At the very least, hear me out.
Yep.
There are heads for kissing.
Kissing, yeah. At least Cantonian Exeggutor can fit inside my house. You know,
that's a good point.
Ooh, we didn't talk about height. This is crazy because the height difference between these two is wild. Jokum, guess how tall Cantonian Exeggutor is?
5'6".
Wrong.
Oh,
taller.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a first. I feel like Pokemon always makes them weirdly small.
Right. That's what I was expecting too.
6'4".
You're close, but taller.
Really?
Yep. You're close though.
6'7".
Nail on the head.
Yeah, baby.
It is 6'7", which is pretty big.
Yeah, that's tall.
I'm
most 6'12", but like that's just 7 feet. No.
Yeah, I know it's 7 feet.
Frank's a manlet, and I'm like,
I am 5'10" and 3/4.
That's not 6'2", baby.
You might be 6'2", but
anyway. Okay, but how tall is Alolan Exeggutor?
Take a guess.
20 feet.
Way taller.
Really?
Yep.
40 feet.
Little shorter.
Okay, 35 feet.
35 feet and 9 inches. It is as tall as a palm tree.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
I love
fantastic.
Oh my gosh, Pokemon Company. You're usually horrible about heights.
Yeah, they popped off on this one. Good for them.
That does not equate into a good marriage.
No, it doesn't. I mainly brought that up because you're not fitting in a Alolan Exeggutor inside your house. Yeah. Inside of really any building.
Okay, so Alolan Exeggutor is a 1.4 out of 10.
Yep.
Regular Exeggutor is a
1.5
out of 10.
Honestly, though, I am willing to even give them a 2 just because they are not legitimate animals. This is not a Simipour. This is not a Stoutland or a Mighty Anna.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's less creepy.
Right.
Well, okay, but also the mole's a 3. It is just a mole.
But it stands on 2 feet. It's more anthropomorphized than Liepard and Perugly.
Okay. You know what? You're right. I will give it a 2 only because I know there's going to be something really worthy of a 1.5. Yeah. No, in fact, I'm going to get this. This is going to be a 2.7.
Wow.
I'm giving it a 2.7.
You know
because
what?
Because I know how bad it can be.
It's closer to the mole than I think we realize.
This isn't just
it has faces.
We're gonna have to talk about fish, pets, birds.
I can't wait to get to Finneon.
I put a bird above the mole.
You did, barely.
I'll stick to that.
Swanna was the 3.1. You gave her like a 3.1.
Yeah. So higher than the mole.
Yeah, all right. 2.5. 2.7.
Okay.
All right. Fed. Coconuts.
Most of it is a tree, but I've seen Exeggutor's little head open.
Excuse me?
No, Exegutor's head open. Okay, I was thinking of the cracked head.
Okay,
It looks like... Okay, they say it's a nut. It looks like there's gooey egg in there.
It does, but it is a seed.
And you can still eat a seed. If it's based on... if it's coconutty on the inside, awesome. I love coconut. If it's eggy on the inside, I love eggs.
Yeah.
I think that there's only one part of it you eat, but I still think that counts as... I don't think that would lower it below a 5. I honestly think its heads are probably pretty tasty.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of coconut to begin with. My only concern is that these coconuts have teeth and a tongue, and they have mouthy insides. These aren't real coconuts.
I would eat cow tongue.
Yes, no. I've eaten cow tongue. It's great. But I am just saying these don't act the same way a normal coconut would.
That's a good point. But then what the heck is in an Exeggutor's head? What is that goo? Is that its brain?
Is it really gooing?
I feel like it's like, if you look inside of an Exeggutor's head, it's like egg.
So there is like a yolky thing inside. Maybe that is the seed. Maybe that's like the eggshell, quote unquote, is a protective layer around the actual seed.
I'm going to assume that it's kind of like a sprouted coconut, kind of like a spongy, kind of little... I think it's a 5. I'll give it a 5.5. No, I want to give it a... crap. This is really hard. I'm going to give it a 5.5 because I think you can eat whatever that seed thing is. Let's just say it's in the place of the brain. And then there's like a tongue. The tongue might be okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to eat the eyes.
I'm going to give it a 4 because I think it's just... It's like eating a sunflower seed. It's too much work for not a lot of payoff.
That's a good point. You have to kill a whole tree for 3 nuts.
Yeah.
But just on thinking about it as, there's all sorts of plants that you only eat one part of the plant, right? But that doesn't mean the plant's inedible. You're just talking about the edible part. Assuming I prepare it like any plant that you need to do some preparation to, I think it's a 5.5. I don't think you get much meat out of it. I mean, because again, the rest of it's a tree. But that's another question about what is the material. Is it skin like bark, but then there's meat underneath? Like it's got dinosaur meat underneath?
This is one of those Pokemon that I think is just a plant.
Just a plant?
It's a plant with magic that makes it move and talk. And
okay.
I mean, maybe it has more of a nervous system than a normal plant does, but I have no idea. Also, before I forget, 50-50 gender ratio, we're good. 50-50. Normal 50-50.
Thank you. Thank you, God.
Dead. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna be hard. It's a tree.
I
think you can knock off the heads.
Oh, the heads fall off naturally so easily.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hand to hand.
Hand to hand, I could rip off a head. It doesn't have arms. Those legs are too stubby to reach out and scrap me.
What's the sun doing? It's not a sunny. We're assuming normal conditions. It's not an especially sunny day.
Yeah, it's partly cloudy. Let's say.
If it's a regular Exeggcute,
I feel like you.
Oh.
If I get a good grip on one of those heads and I rend my whole body and pull with everything I have,
2 other heads.
Yeah, I just do that 3 times. What's it gonna do? Fire a solar beam at me and cut me in half?
We have to assume. Gosh.
It's hard.
It's a special attacker, so it can just mind attack you.
Yeah, it can learn psychic.
Yeah.
Wait, it only knows the moves it had as an Exeggcute. An Exeggcute can't learn psychic. Because this is a wild Exeggutor that has no access to TMs.
Oh. It only learns it by TM?
I'm double checking. Yep, it gets extra sensory though. Which I still think can be like a brain hurty type of thing. Oh, that's hard.
Okay, because that's like its shtick. I almost want to say that it can use that. Because, with something like Swanna, its shtick isn't doing hurricanes, but it does know hurricane. But we're not assuming that it literally is creating hurricanes in our fight with it.
I'm assuming it's making a small, maybe like 10-foot tall hurricane that you see in like Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Like a tornado?
Well, yeah, but it's called hurricane.
Yeah.
So it's a small hurricane.
What's a 10-foot tall hurricane look like?
A tornado.
It's just a column of wind?
Yes, it's a cone of wind.
Not a cone, well, I guess a tornado is kind of a giant, or a hurricane is like a giant.
It's bigger up top and smaller down below.
Is it?
Yes.
A hurricane is?
We're talking about the general cartoon tornado. Mama, grab your cheeks. I thought you were really loud.
Okay, assuming that... Okay, what is a human's special defense?
We don't know. We haven't
55.
dissected
It's
this.
55.
Do we just give a human 55
I think we
across
give
the
a
board?
55 across the board.
Maybe our attack
Unless
is
you're-
like 75.
Okay, well, how strong are you? I got small arms.
I'm very strong.
Okay, Frank's attack is...
big beefy boy.
Frank's attack... Oh, but we don't have special attack.
No, humans don't have special attack. Maybe that's how hard we can throw.
Yes. Can't throw very hard.
I mean, I don't know.
I think unless you're especially good at throwing, then your special attack is
Yeah.
55. Attack is 55 if you don't work out.
Yeah, we do always talk about base human
Yeah.
55.
Frank is just naturally a gorilla, so Frank's is probably going to be 65. I'm going to say Frank's attack is 65. Mine is 55. Mine used to be 50, but now I'm 55. I think my speed is going to be higher than
Jokum's
Frank's.
definitely faster than me.
Okay, so Frank's 55. I'm going to be 65 because I would say that would be my trade-off. If you get to be 65.
No, hey, I give it to you.
All right,
I give it
cool,
to you.
cool. That's why I get to blitz.
You gotta stop with the blitz.
But what's its special attack? There's like
high.
95, right?
Its special attack is 125.
Yeah,
It's gonna fire off a solar beam and mutilate us.
I don't want it. Does it learn solar beam?
Yes, Exeggutor gets
okay.
solar beam by level
Dang
up.
it. But there's so many Pokemon with like moves that are just a laser that kills.
Yeah, a lot of Pokemon can learn like Hyper Beam or Hydro Pump or Fire Blast.
I think it. I hit my. I'm not that strong. I honestly think my special defense is 50.
Okay. I think as long as I can dodge a Cantonian Exeggutor's attacks, I can rip off one head at a time. If I get lucky, all the heads are gone. I can just start beating the body with my bat until it is a pulverized
But now you're doing
pulp.
bat. I give myself a 10% chance barehanded because I think
That is so low.
Yeah, it has beam attacks and it has like
I was gonna
mind
give myself
attacks.
like a 30%
Well, good
chance.
for you.
You jerk.
I'm gonna take its heads off. With the only chance I have of surviving is I grab one of its heads. If it doesn't blast me in the face with a beam
Yeah,
attack or
yeah.
something, then I rip its head off. I crack one of them while dodging attacks from the other two heads, which canonically can shoot different attacks. And then I just have to do that for each one. 10% chance. If I have a bat, I give myself a 20% chance because maybe I can smash each head open on the plant. Let me clarify. I give myself a 0% chance with Alolan.
Me too. Me too.
It's going to Dragon Hammer and crush
Yes.
me into the ground like
There's
a
nothing
Bugs
I can
Bunny,
do.
like
There's
a Looney Tune character.
Okay, you've convinced me. I give myself a 20% chance barehanded and a 30% chance with a bat. I still think I can catch it lacking. It's slow, really slow.
Oh, it is really slow. Do you think that means mentally slow? Like it's slow to use extra sensory on you?
It could
Solar
be.
Beam has to charge, doesn't it?
It takes a turn to charge, yeah. So if it's just going...
I assume it would only be one head at a time would be charging for Solar Beam.
They think and act independently, apparently.
Yeah, so if one's going for Solar Beam,
One's going for extra sensory
then
and
you run up
poking
to
my
the side,
brain.
run up to the side and whack it off. I still give myself a
Don't
10,
whack it off.
10 and 20. 10 and 20.
I'm going to do 20 and 30.
All right.
20 and 30.
I think that we're done with the fight.
I think we're done with the
because
fight.
I want to go back to Wed because we didn't do my favorite part,
Oh,
anthropomorphizing
gosh.
them.
Yes, that's right. Jokum anthropomorphized this Pokemon.
All right. A little. What does she look like? I think she's really boring.
Tropical. I think she's tropical.
I think she's got like I love sundresses, but I think she's got a sundress on, and because I'm just thinking about like the big the palm frondy hair. It's kind of like or the on Exeggutor.
Yeah.
It's like a hat. I see her. She's very sunny and like one version is tall and then one version is kind of squat and fat.
Yeah.
And they're both fine.
I do think a Alolan Exeggutor humanized, though, is like a 8-foot tall woman.
Oh.
Yes. And with like, and she has like dragon like earrings. Like, you know those earrings that look like a creature hanging through your earlobe?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
She has like those little dragon earrings,
that's
and she has
cute.
like a palm tree laden sundress.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think
And she loves the beach. She loves to be outside.
That's pretty cool. I like that. I think that'd be a healthy marriage.
Cantonian Exeggutor just thinks she's smarter than you.
Yeah. Oh, good point.
She's like, no, I'm psychic, you know? And you're like, okay, sure you are. Why? She's like,
I'm an
am.
empath.
I'm an empath. Good lord.
You see, I have this power to care.
I hate
It's
that.
this superpower. I think you're mad at me.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I guess humanized Exeggutor is better to marry, but as a plant, bad. Well, everybody, this, once again, I say this pretty much every episode. I get it. I don't know if you're tired of hearing it. This is like, before editing, our longest episode ever at 57 minutes.
How?
Our hate for Exeggutor
no.
is so strong. We just ranted about it.
Oh, gosh.
It'll be fun to see what this is after editing. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, why don't you rate it 5 stars? Give us a comment down below. What do you think about Exeggutor? Do you like Alolan Exeggutor more? Let us know. And if you want more Pokemon content, go to my YouTube channel, Let's Be Frank. I talk about Pokemon on there all the time. I talk about lots of other stuff too, but Pokemon is a mainstay for sure. And if you want more Jokum, him and I have a series on my channel called Taboo Foods, where we cook a bunch of weird food that you would consider taboo, at least in America. A lot of people in other countries eat this stuff, like insects. We've made grasshopper and cricket tacos, but at other times we've made meat cookies. One of those turned out a lot better than the other. You decide. You go watch. Right, Jokum?
You go watch.
Don't say that. Anyway, everybody, once again, thank you so very much for listening. This has been your Certified Poke Moment.